On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the New England Patriots. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. James White's first carry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Ball carrier. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
A gain of 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, Newton. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 44-yard line.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
First down.
From the red zone now, Newton. This is White on the screen. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
It's a gain of
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the The 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Randall Cobb on the return. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Patriots 35-yard line.
2nd and 12. They'll try the air now with Watson. Screenplay, Johnson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. And this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Newton. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Formation for the Patriots.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
And 10 at the 1-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the end zone, Watson escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Patriots have it.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one, paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was
loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. And they're going to get him. They bring him down a sack back at the 16-yard line. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 1.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. They find some open field here. The 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
Fairbairn lining up for the extra.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, Doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown to the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. That'll be taken in by Demir Bird. And all the way down to the 35.
Complete to Demir Bird.
Big play there for New England. 42 yards.
First down, New England.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Operating from the gun, Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And that'll be caught by the tight end, Keene. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now a first down throw for Newton. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let me breathe for a minute, man.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd and long.
If you know, you know. If you know about the carport, them trapdoors supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
From the gun, Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt. The offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Newton. Throw caught here by Bird. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They'll get this into the hands of Bird. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First down, New England.
On first down, it's Newton. And that's caught left side by the tight end, Keene. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To the air again, Newton. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Devin Asiasi with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the 2-point try. Throwing again is Newton. And he'll get in as they're back within his score now. The lead's down to 7. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they're always talking about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, and this one will actually go out of bounds, so no recovery. And that is how we conclude this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. So the halftime break behind us, and we are back under. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On first down, it's Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 31-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. Back to throw, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans push further out in front. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Patriots 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
5-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Patriots.
That's it. Bring it in. Check 41. Here we go, D.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Newton. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, the team.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Watson. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston.
14.
It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Check, 59, 59. 59 mark, check.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Forced out to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And it is incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position.
It's a turnover on down.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Taken down.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
He was
3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Watson, he's going to do it himself. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Texans 42. Patriots 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
On the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 41 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. 1st down, here's White. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 16, Newton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Gary and Conley. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Slam, slam, slam. 49, check 49. Out, go. Let him go.
And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Today's final score, Texans.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.